right. Alright, let's get right into it. We got some new multiverses footage, a new actual update. The first time they've kind of given us anything real since a little bit of the dev showcase a while back. This time it's some very, very exciting news. I mean, first they're going over the netcode and how important that is, which is just absolutely great because that means they know just how important it really is and how bad it was before. Because this game, I mean, there would be times where it felt crisp, but for the most part, like the netcode was just so rough. So the fact that they are now owning that and saying, "Hey, we're gonna make sure it's good, make sure it's consistent," and totally reworking it is absolutely awesome. I'm so glad that they're making it a priority and letting us know. I mean, obviously, you never know until you get a shit ton of players on the servers. Like, they could say it's good with just their devs plan, but is it actually good when millions of people are funding the servers day one? Like, that's the real question we got to find out. But at least they're working on it. So first thing we got, them actually really showing us what it's gonna look like with low ping, showing us some Shaggy. Interesting, we see the Shaggy forward air, which is the only thing they give us, like, as far as moves. And it looks a little different as far as the charge. I noticed, like, Shaggy used to be able to hold it. It looks like it was almost a set time he used it. Maybe not though. Maybe you could charge it a little bit more, maybe you can't. Either way, 13 damage seems like a lot to me personally for a fair. 13 damage is kind of crazy for hitting one move, but hey, this is still early too. They could definitely adjust that. Like, that is up to change, I'm sure. T5 and same thing, just another showing kind of how it looks different. This actually shows, and this is 12 damage from a Shaggy Fair. The other one is 13. So I wonder if that's based on the amount of charge or a different hitbox. Maybe even they even added a sour spot versus a sweet spot. What's up, Fern? Huh. Does that one look different than... Hitbox looks the same, but for some reason... I'm not really curious, actually, why this one does... Shaggy Fair does 13 in this one and 12 in the other. Just based on the amount of charge? It's gotta be. I mean, what do you mean by it looks mid, Chris? Like, what does that mean? Also, it's so funny watching the entire multiverses community, I mean, including me, like, look at this though under a fucking microscope, break down, and just shit on even the tiniest little amount of footage. Like, I mean, it shows how many people are invested in this game, but everybody is so, like, is so worried, has no confidence in the actual team. I feel like you can't tell what the game's actually gonna feel like just by watching a 2 minute, not even 2 minute, minute 50-second clip. So let's actually get into the gameplay itself and see.
Oh, look, a rich selfish man in a cave.
See ya.
His gadgets are no match to me.
Hey, Chavo immediately starts off just cooking, like, bro. Typical Chavo, holds forward
Look,
and
a
just
rich
books
selfish
it
man
right
in
at
a
the
cave.
opponent. Is he dodging up here? I'm gonna really pay attention to dodge meters. I think it's really odd too that it looks like Ajax's dodge meter is so much bigger than everybody else's, like on the Batman. Like, his dodge meter is so clearly defined. He's got 6 slots. But then it looks like for the cat, for the Wonder Woman, he only has 4 dodges. So the first thing I'm thinking with that is that there's a perk for adding dodges, which sounds insanely good and almost like a must-have. Because if you only get 4 base dodges, that's so much less than what they have before. Like, you used to be able to use so many dodges, run out, and it would take forever to actually run out of dodge meter, and you got it immediately back. So That's an interesting factor, and I'm curious why it just looks bigger even for Ajax. But who knows? I mean, this also I'm curious when this footage is from, how old it is, because it looks a little different from what we saw in the developer showcase, where we obviously saw what looked like dash attacks, but you don't see a single dash attack in here. And it even looked like a little star for the run animation before. So kind of curious about that. A dodge perk, best perk in the game, period. You would think that, but that means that if that's one of the perks, I mean, compare that if is triple jump still in the game, like that's obviously a huge one. That would be kind of comparable to dodge perk, and that would mean that there's got to be some really good perks aside from just a dodge perk to get you to use it. So, just looking at the dodge meter, that's a big thing. Chavo immediately double jumps in. I feel like the jumps don't go as high either. Like Chavo's double jump looks like it doesn't really take him that high. So even though the characters are bigger, maybe the jumps just don't take you as high, and that's how they kind of compensate. There's still a lot going on. So the big thing too, why I feel like they wanted to slow it down a bit and make the characters bigger is because watching twos before was a nightmare. Like, actually trying to keep up with everything that's going on screen felt like an impossible task. You can never catch everything. So that's huge. Like, you want your game to be good for spectators. So how are you going to make it easier to watch? Make the characters a bit bigger, make it clear what's actually happening, what moves are being thrown out, and slow the game down a little bit because the game was moving at light speed before. So they slowed it down, allowed a lot more to happen. Even still, I feel like it's hard. It's a little weird, the hit stun too. Like, watch, like, Chavo hits the down smash on ledge and, like pauses them in place. Like, look at Wonder Woman. Like, it's such a delay. And that seems to be an intentional choice, because they had that in the developer showcase too. And that seems like it's going to make twos combos, like, kind of insane. But I guess we will have to wait and see. It's so hard to judge just based on watching as opposed to actually playing and get your hands on the game. I can't believe they put this on Super Smash too. Like, that's hilarious to me that they use this Mickey Mouse stage for a showcase. Some double down tilt. A lot of the moves look the same too. Is that a different Batman? What moves are these? What was that? That Batman just used? Is that like a Batarang? Trying to use Batarang, but he didn't have Batarang, or was that fair? So Chavo, like, gets sent to the blast zone fast as hell. He, like, flies to the blast zone, but then immediately just kind of dodges back. I feel like if you just get out there, you can kill them so easily. Yeah, I mean, they're investing in twos, not just ones, because, I mean, from the start, they made it clear they wanted to do a twos game, which I think makes a lot of sense, because individual games are way harder to succeed, and it's clear that team games are more successful. So I get that aspect. I hope they're not going to completely just forget about ones and ignore it. I want them to still make ones at least, like, playable and somewhat balanced. But twos is the priority. That's clear. Like, that's what they want. And it's hard to balance both ones and twos. So you got to have at least, like, leaning at least one way. And I think it's good just because team games just do a lot better. So, is that up smash? Hold on, that Batman up smash. Can we look at that? Because that hitbox was like, I don't know about that. I mean, like, look at his fist. Look at that hitbox. Come on. I mean, developer, the game's not final in development, obviously. But that's a little concerning right there. That's a little concerning. Just that is the hitbox that we're seeing. And he died so freaking early too. Low ceiling on this map, obviously. But that's such an early, like, he died so early. Right there. So that's pretty. So it shows the amount of fin gems, which is interesting. He's got a little platform. Cheater hitbox as always. You're right, man. I guess nothing's changed as far as that goes.
Yeah, this is flippin' serious.
Thickwood, what are your thoughts? There's one of them down here.
Those gadgets of yours are to see.
That Garnet Sare was, or that Garnet Nair was massive. I think he died because of the weekend stacks. He was 4 times weekend. Great call out, Fern. You're probably right. That should definitely affect. Which I hate weekend as a effect, to be honest, but I think that is a big factor. I think. Look how big this Garnet Nair is. That was insane. It covered everything. Floaty. Characters are definitely. Yo, Chavo is so. That's embarrassing. Like that is. I can't believe they actually have that in.
Unpleasant.
The Chavo just like. That's hilarious. I think it's because too he up aired before he touched the ground. That picture of Batman looks really sick right there. That still of him. He up airs right before he touches the ground and gets stuck in that animation. And I guess he didn't land, so he didn't get his jumps back. Is probably why he died. Batman flies to the blast zone on that Fern, or on that Finn down smash. Like, bro, explodes. The other side. This concerns me a little bit, the fact that backpack is like, you're able to combo with backpack. Like, look at this. She gets sent nowhere, and Chavo's immediately able to follow up with the side B. And I guess, like, Nakat did mash fair. Like, he could have dodged, waited, reacted, and dodged out. Like, he clearly has the ability to act. So even though he doesn't get sent that far, like, the hit stun isn't that long.
This isn't over.
But that's kind of nuts. I mean, side B2, true combo into up air. Okay. Still a lot of chaos, man. Not a lot of team synergy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you devs have only been playing with each other for how freaking long. That hit looked like the base on that hit. Boom. That was crazy. That seemed like it really hit. And the down tilt looks a little different too. I actually liked how it looked. I don't mind the big characters if the stages get changes. Slow pace seems not permanent like the first time they ever showed gameplay. I thought the same thing. It's not just me, right? The first time they ever showed gameplay, it was slowed down, right? Like, I am pretty confident I remember that being the case. And that it looked, like, oddly slow. And then everyone got their hands on it, and it was like, you can move supersonic speed. So, I thought the same thing earlier today about that. And obviously, it'd be great realistically if the game feels fast to play, but kind of looks a little slower to watch, because then you can keep up with it so much more. So I thought that was interesting. Chavo just always swinging, bro. Never swinging. I love that. Well, that was nice too. That was actually really clean. The combo that they got on Garnet. You watch. Like, that side B looked like they were stuck there for so long. Let's run it back. There's so much to try and watch. The best thing about twos is that there's so many different things to really break down and actually look at. But I feel like I still miss so much.
Look, a rich selfish man in a cave.
But it is like, I don't know, the size of the character is a little. Wait, did Batman get hit? Take hit stun but take no damage at the start here? He gets hit by this, right? 1%. He took 1% for that to start. That's hilarious. That only does 1%.
Your gadgets are no match.
Oh, they're definitely having fun with it. There's no question about that. Sarah 1, Batman, Sarah 1, 2. That, no, not the slow dive kick. Not the slow dive, dude. That, I mean, the good thing is it looks like, I mean, a true combo kind of, or it looked like it at that percent, which is fine. But I'm glad that Batman doesn't get sent flying from Sarah 2 like he used to. Like, he used to be able to dash across the entire friggin' map with that. See, that's nice. That was actually really good. I like seeing that because, like I was saying earlier, the Nair on Garnet hitbox looks so massive. But Retro with the Garnet comes down with the Nair. And see, I'm wondering if he could still act because he touches the wall here. Like, can Garnet react and dodge this still? Either way, you get the down air, the whip punish on the Nair, which you love to see. Yeah, hit stun on that Wonder Woman up B. Looks like Sair into Nair, get the second hit in Nair. Bam, look at this. And it's just, you're just a little stuck after that. Which I guess is probably a good thing you can't immediately act. Like, that gets rid of the Wonder Woman double up B, which is so broken. I do see a lot of actual recovery frames on moves before they can dodge, which is nice. Agreed. I can see Nikat and Retro both a couple times dodge ASAP, and it's way after on a whiff. That's definitely good as well. You need to be able to whiff punish in this game because there wasn't any whiff punishing before, to be completely honest. Like, it was so, I mean, there was, but not a lot. Look how long you need to get stuck in place. There's this Wonder Woman there. Wonder Woman does Nair here. Nairs. Look at that too. Is that the immediate dodge afterwards? Okay, there's still not a lot of like time after you get, maybe it's because they got the hit. I mean, it should be different amount of time between when you could dodge out when you get the hit versus when you don't. Like, obviously, if you get the hit, you could dodge immediately afterwards, but maybe when you whiff, there's not as much. I hope there's a lot of whiff on that Wonder Woman, or on that Garnet Nair, though, because that move looks like it covers everything. I mean, he's already really good in the game right now.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Wonder Woman Lasso looks like, I actually don't like how it looks compared to how it looked before. Okay, so I was watching the right side there. Let's do more on the left. Go down there. Keep going in.
This isn't over yet.
How are they both just gonna, like, let the cat come in and side them? Like, they're both sitting there waiting, right? Waiting, I guess. Garnet got the shield too, though. That's tough to deal with. They both just eat that Wonder Woman side B. Alright. I mean, it's a minute and 50 seconds of footage. So, hold on, let me see. So I'm curious if it's at all, if they just slowed it down, like, naturally on their own, or if it's just the actual speed.
Look, a rich selfish man in a cage.
It starts at 6 seconds.
See ya.
His gadgets are no match to
Timer
mine.
7 minutes. So a minute and 48. Okay, so that adds up. I don't know. There's a lot to see. We still need to find out a lot more. I'm still curious about dash attacks. Why we didn't see any of that when it looked like we saw some of that in the dev showcase. I'm excited though. I'm really excited to see how the game actually feels, and once they release a little bit more, give us more breakdowns on the actual changes, whether they like completely adjust and tell us like, all right, we decided to make. I really hope they decide to tell us like, hey, we decided to make the characters bigger for this reason. We decided to slow the game down a little bit for this reason, and just be transparent and give us their reason, which I'm pretty sure it's because they want the game to be easier to actually watch and see what's going on, which would make a lot of sense. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm just really happy they finally gave us something actually real for the first time since the dev showcase, which was what, like over a month ago at this point, it feels like. So Scooby's Mansion is hilarious, right? Like, why would they pick the most Mickey Mouse map to give us this real gameplay on? Like, I feel like it's so troll. That's so troll that they did that. But retro dash attacks a few times behind side special. Really? Did I miss it? How did I not see any Garnet dash attacks? I just gotta watch Garnet and see. Cause I didn't see it for any other characters. All that matters, even if it looks a little weird, really, all that matters is that it feels fun to play at the end of the day. So, we will have to wait and see. I'm curious what they're going to give us next. This is a really, really good update, though. I'm really happy they did it. Looking forward to seeing from this game what they actually have.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Chavo dying is just unbelievably hilarious.
This isn't over yet. Isn't over. This isn't over yet.
It's possible to scrap any characters like Iron Dragon, for example, to the face of the game at all. No, honestly, I really don't think there's any chance they scrap any characters. I don't think they'll get rid of anybody from the actual roster. I think they'll just add to it. Which I think is a good thing. Like, why? There's literally no benefit to getting rid of characters, to be honest. More options, the better. So I think, yeah, I don't think they'll get rid of anybody. I think they'll just add to the game, and if the characters were problems, like, oh, they don't have to get rid of them. All they should do is change the movesets to make them better accommodate the game, or even change the size of some characters or something along those lines. So, yeah, I'm really curious to find out about the dodges, because it looks like Batman is the only one with 6 dodges, while the rest only have 4. I'm even curious if they do something like each character has a different amount of dodges. Like, that would be really, really interesting. And I think that could be something very good, but very hard to balance at the same time. So I feel like that's about all I have to say about all this gameplay, at least so far, of what we've gotten. I'm really interested to see more though, what they have. So I think for now I'm gonna swap over to some Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Get this get this game going. For now, enough multiverse. I will be playing multiverse again this weekend, I believe, with Mirror Man. So very excited for that. Should be a whole lot of fun playing with him and talking, even just talking to the game. I want to know like what his thoughts are, because he's gonna have a lot more in-depth thoughts than I am, to be honest, and a lot more to say. I feel like, so I'm sure he watched, like I already rewatched it, I don't know, 5 times, but I'm sure he rewatched it like 10. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. But we about to switch over to some Ultimate. Get some Joker in this bitch. God, I just want to play. I just want to get my hands on the new game, man. That's really, I want it so badly. I think it's going to be absurdly fun. And I trust. The biggest thing is I trust the devs completely. Hold on, let me switch plug in my Elgato real quick. Come on, Elgato. What do you mean no signal? Gotta restart. More 4K capture. Hype. I think MVS will be great on release. I'm glad somebody aside from me has confidence, because it feels like the MVS community is so disgustingly negative, and it's just I hate it. Like, way too much negativity when we need to be positive. I don't know how you can't have confidence in like Ajax, who's one of the most knowledgeable platform fighter people on the entire planet. Gopo, who obviously was an incredible multiverses player. Chavo and Retro, also incredible players. So I don't know how you can't have just all the confidence in the world in those people, and like obviously the cat too. Like there's just, they have too many talented people, I feel like, for the game to actually not succeed. So that's my take on it. But you never really know. You'll have to wait and see. I'm just gonna get all this set up real quick. Appreciate the patience. Let's see. There we go. And let's do. Appreciate you stopping by, Thicklid. As always, thank you, man. Hey, there we go. I gotta figure out what that put in my description, because shit is way too basic. Just switching my title real quick. And the game. And then we're gonna get this shit started. We're gonna get some dubs out here. Out of YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, what's up, Sice? Sorry, you just missed my breakdown of the multiverses footage, but I'm gonna have a YouTube video out pretty soon, breaking that all down too. So it's not letting me upload. I want to upload a thumbnail first, for my YouTube. I think I'm just gonna go offline and immediately add in the thumbnail and go right back online and restart streaming again, because that seems like the only way to actually add a new thumbnail. So give me, I'm gonna I don't know. I'll give you my quick thoughts, Sice. I overall like the fact that it looks more clearly defined. You could easier see what's going on because of the slowed down speed and because of the bigger characters. I don't know how the speed is actually gonna feel in when you actually play it, but I think as far as watching, it's a huge improvement, because one of the biggest problems Multiverses had was watching the game was, especially 2's, was like impossible. Like you just could not tell what's going on. Everyone's zooming around, like it was just craziness. So I think it looks way better as far as a spectator standpoint, but everyone's worried about how it actually plays, and that's just gonna have to, you know, we're gonna have to wait and see until we actually get our hands on it. Also, I think, I don't know, how do I say this? I feel like it could also be slowed down a little bit more just for the footage they're giving us, because from what I remember early on, like the first footage they showed us before the game even launched for the first time, the gameplay looked like slow, and people were like, why does it look a little sluggish? And then obviously we all got our hands on it and you could move at light speed. So that's kind of my quick thoughts on it, but I don't know, we'll really have to see. We gotta wait and see how it actually feels. So yes, I played a lot of Gizmo. Gizmo was probably my second most played character behind Rick. So alright, chat, I'm gonna give me literally 30 seconds. I'm gonna end stream, add a thumbnail for YouTube, and restart stream again. So give me